So when all this was leaking, it had all the little pinholes in it. I just smeared a load of sealer over it to try and seal it up. But now I don't need any of this because it's all been sealed up from the outside, the inside I mean, all been bonded, so all the pinholes should be taken care of. There's a pinhole there, look, but that shouldn't matter anymore because it's all been sealed up from the inside. I'm going to take some of this sealer remover, paste it all on, try and get rid of all this, so it'll look a lot better from the back than it does now with all of that. So I'll put that stuff on, and while I'm waiting for that to do its thing, I thought we'd have a look at this door card on this handle, because look, the handle that you use to pull the door shut has come out. So I need to take off the door card and we'll have a look at that and see what the trouble is there. The only thing that concerns me is breaking it even worse. Things go brittle over time, so try to pop these little clips off. You can get a proper tool for this, but I haven't got one. So you just got to try not to break them as I get them all off. That's the last thing I want to be doing, because then I probably could buy more. They probably won't match the colour or anything. Really, I need 2 flatheads to lever from either side. I might have to go and get another one. Go and get another screwdriver. Let's see, I might better use these. These might work out quite well. These are going to work out perfect. There we go. Bent pliers, needle nose pliers, and I'll just get them behind it and lever it out. Once I've got the screwdriver to get it a bit more pronounced, get these behind and pop. Happy days. That's all gonna. Now we've just got. The only thing is the little handle. I don't know how that comes off, and I don't want to break it. So that. If I break this now. This has all gone quite brittle over time. Oh, there it is. That's off. There we go. Little bit that surrounds the hatch. It should all come off now. Yeah, dude, you alright?
Yeah, not too bad. I don't know if you vote at all, but if you vote, I'm independent. I'm standing around here.
I don't usually, no.
Give it a go, mate.
I'll have a read of it later on.
Yeah, honestly, I was on here for UKIP years ago.
Yeah.
Councillor.
Yeah.
And I'll come back now independent because of what's going on.
That's interesting. I'll give it a read then.
Okay, my friend.
Nice
Take
one.
care.
Yeah, and you, mate. Well, there we go. This is the inside of the door. That's not too bad. Look at that. What the hell is that? Got a random piece of blue pipe in there. I don't know what that's for. It's obviously either fallen in there or it's meant to be in there for something. Never seen that in there before. Door don't look too bad. Piece of window, piece of glass even. But what we're interested, well, there's nothing wrong with any of this. The only thing that is a little bit stiff is the window winder, but we could sort that out in a moment. A bit of grease on it. The thing that we're interested in is where this bolt goes. So if you look on this one here, we've got a nut, which is a captive nut, which isn't the healthiest, but they're just glued in there. Look, that's just a nut. What that screw screws into. But on this side, that little nut has come out of its little glued hole there. So I think all I'll do, put that nut back in there and glue it in. I have to try and I've got some hot glue. I think I'll just bring the hot glue out here. If I glue that nut back in, might better get it to be alright. What I'm thinking is, we get the nut off the end of this bolt. Oh no, I dropped it. Alright, with that washer, get the bolt out of the handle. So I put the bolt, because I don't want to, and the nut, I don't want to, oh. Ah, that's not right. This has come out before, and someone's homemade a bloody bolt. That's the one, that's a screw that should be in there. Someone's made their own. So this has been an issue before. I hadn't even noticed that before. Someone's tried to make a screw, if that's going to focus, someone's tried to make a screw out of a bolt. Listen, if it works, happy days. If I put that in there so that I don't lose it, and I should be able to just glue that in there the way that it was glued before with some hot glue, and that'll hopefully hold that. So let me go and get an extension lead and a hot glue gun. While I'm there, I think I'll get the grease for the window. Let's see what the window's like now. Yeah, it's a little bit stiff. All that just needs to be greased up. That, oh, you can't see it. That rod there just needs to be greased up. Yeah, plenty of oil and grease in that, and that'll be back to normal. Should be nice and easy. Right, grease gun and glue gun, that's what I need. So I was going to use sort of heavy duty grease that you'd use to just grease up, you know, nipples and machines and stuff like that. But I was looking around in the shelf and I come across this professional, white lithium grease. I use this now and again to do like door locks and other things. So I thought to myself, let's have a bit of this on it. So I sprayed some of that on that little windy thing. I'm pretty sure as well that this little piece of blue tube is supposed to be on that to guide it round, but it's just come off and it's fallen down in there. I've never seen these actually intact before, so that's why I've never seen them, and they're normally just like that without that on, but people have been in there probably in the past and taken them. But I might try and put that back on, or I might just leave it like that. But anyway, regardless, it's lovely now. And it goes back up nice and easy. Perfect. Can't complain about that at all. I even greased the little handle up and all the little mechanism in there. I've got to do that nut up there because the handle's a little bit loose. But while we wait for the hot glue gun to heat up, got the old extension lead, while we wait for the hot glue gun to heat up so I can glue that. I don't think it's going to be particularly good, but as long as I can get it tight enough, I might better get it on the side. If I put it on the side there like that and glue it in there, that'll pull on that quite nicely, because this other one's only just glued in there. I think I'll stick a little bit more glue around that one, so that one's alright as well. So I've got that there now. The only point of the glue is just to hold the nut there. Really what I could do is I could get a bigger nut and I could put my finger in there behind it and do that. But the only thing is, once you've got the door card on, you can't get your finger there, because obviously the door card comes along there. And I put that one in a little bit more, it's just to hold the nut there, and I put it a little bit to the side, so hopefully the nut will pull on the metal rather than the glue. We can only try, but I think that's come out quite well. All I've got to do is just wait for that to dry, stick the door card on and see what happens. Right, so I've put the little bit of tubing back on there, and I did spray a load of grease down it, but I'm going to spray a load down here now. And then we'll wind the window. That little bit of metal should come out the end. Oh, false that off. Well, that's alright, that's not the end of the world. Let's spray a load of grease down there. Up there. Put it everywhere. Proper greasing. Back in. Get that to go back over there. Put it on there nicely. There you go. Might need to stick a Jubilee clip over it or something, just to keep it on there. Because it's a little bit temperamental, just a little bit. Oh, that's well on there now. That's well on there now. Loads and loads of grease everywhere. Lovely and quiet. Perfect. Love it. Well, that's one thing done, that's the window done. Let me go and get a spanner and we'll sort out the handle. So with that handle that you probably can't see in there, you've got a nut at the bottom and there's another nut at the top there. The top one's alright, but the bottom one's rusted on, so I stuck a little bit of penetrating fluid on it, but it's not going to be any good. Going to need to get a new handle because it's all rusted and it's come apart, it's come away from inside the handle there, so I should be able to get hopefully a whole new handle, and then I can just replace the whole lot with a new handle, because I think that'd just be easier. But everything else is fixed. The window seems to be working good. Hopefully that's going to hold, so I better do that up nice and tight. Once it gets tight, it'll grip against itself and that'll be on there nicely. But I'll have to take it off again anyway to repair that handle, so. Right, door card on, away we go. There we go, got that one in, got that one on. I've done them quite tight, not really tight though. I put a washer behind the nut as well. I took it off and put a washer behind it to give it even more to purchase on. So that seems nice and steady now. All I've got to do is put this little trim back on there, the window winder, and all the little clips around the edge. And that's lovely. Little job well done there, I reckon. One more little thing before I go. This little triangle thing is a cover that goes over the water pipe. On the other end of that out there, still for the clean drinking, not the drink, the clean water, fresh water. That's the filler neck. And when you fill up, this carpet gets a bit wet around here. So I'm just going to take that cover off and just see if there's a hole in the neck or a split or something's come off. But the screws have rusted, so I'm going to go get a grinder and take the heads off of the screws. I've got 2 screws out, but the other ones are rusted. So I'm going to go and take the heads off and have a look behind there. Right, so just as I thought, there's just the neck comes down with a Jubilee clip on it there for the bit of pipe that goes into the tank. I didn't realise there's a bit there. It's obviously supposed to have a bit of pipe on it. It's obviously for an overflow or something, so if you fill it up to the neck it then comes out. So obviously where I was filling it up right to the very brim, it was then coming through. I know the overflow's on the top of it, but some of it would have been going through and coming straight out here on the floor underneath the things, which is why the carpet was all wet. So I think I'll go and get a bit of pipe if I've got any. If I haven't got any, I'll just be mindful and won't fill it up to the top anymore. But it's handy. I think I'll see if I can slip a bit of pipe on there and stick it through the floor with that piece there, and then that'll stop that ever happening ever again then. So nice. And while I'm here, I'll just make sure that Jubilee clip's tight and it's actually sealing, because it could also be leaking around that when it's going in. So I'll check all that while I'm here. Right, so I've got a oh bloody Jesus, torch fell over. I've got a little bit of this clear pipe. I'm hoping that it will fit over that. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Fits on there nicely. So let's cut off a little bit of a section. Got my knife. Cut off a nice bit. There we go. Oh, torch's gone over again. Cut off a nice bit there. So we'll poke that end. It's got a kink in it, but that's alright. We'll poke this end. Let's get a little bit of this carpet out. There's a gap there. That's it. Can go through there. Like that. That goes straight down to the floor. Outside. This bit can go over there. There you go. It's only an overflow, so it ain't got to be perfect. It's just to stop it going straight here. At least now some of it, or hopefully all of it, any overflowage will go straight down onto the ground outside. Happy days. Nice one. I'm going to leave this cover loose. I'm just going to bend it back because it's metal. I thought it was fiberglass. It's not, it's metal. So I'm going to bend that back like that, and then the next time I fill up with water, I'll be able to see. I'll be able to just quickly peel that back again without having to remove any screws. I'll be able to just peel it back and just make sure that that actual inlet pipe neck isn't leaking. Because if it is, I can fix it there and then. And then once I know it ain't leaking anymore, I'll put the screws back in at the top there. Happy days. Give it a bit of a clean because it's a bit dirty under here. Ah, nice one. Another little job, kind of fixed. Right then, you lot. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you watching. Slowly ticking away the little jobs on this Talbot. Slowly ticking them away. So just to recap, you know, you saw what we've done. One of the many jobs. I wasn't intended on fixing the window, making it smoother while I was there, but since I had the door card off, I might as well have done so. Done two jobs with one stone there that I didn't even intend on doing. Went to fix the handle, but ended up fixing the window at the same time. I didn't get to fix the door handle. That's still a bit loose because it broke, but that's another job for the future. Plenty more to do. I've got to get the exhaust off at some point because the exhaust has rusted. It's nearly rusted all the way through now. Split at the bottom of the silencer on the first section, so I've got to get the exhaust off. I might try and weld that up because a new system, I think it's about 120 quid. I went to a local place that makes exhaust systems from scratch. They hand make them. I thought I might better get a stainless one, or even just a mild one, a mild steel one. It might work out cheaper and it'll be quicker. Maybe I thought if I book it in, they'll have it for a day and then I'll have it back. But it ain't. The cheapest one that they can do is 320 quid That's base. It don't go no cheaper than that, he said. I said, well, even if I just don't want as many silencers, or if I just want it out of the cheapest mould still you can get, he said, nah, that's the cheapest, 320 quid. So I said, well, I can get a brand new prefab system for 120 pounds, made in Italy as well. So I'll probably just get the section that I want if I have to get it. I'm hoping I'll just be able to take that section off, weld it up where it's split as it goes into the silencer, weld it up, and then that'll be good for another couple of years hopefully, and then I'll get a new system. I will get a new system, but just not yet. At the minute I'm just kind of patching things up. Yeah, so many more jobs to do, you lot, so stick around if you fancy sticking around. It's just a slow progress. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one. All the best.